The support item on junglers is the new broken meta. This is how I dominated a master tier average lobby as Lee Sin without buying a jungle pet item and starting with the support item. But don't worry, I'm gonna teach you exactly how to win your games the same way before it gets nerfed by Riot, because this shit is free LP. In case you're wondering, this wasn't a low elo bronze game like the fake strats other League content creators try to clickbait with. This entire lobby finished masters last season, and the enemy jungler was actually a 400 LP peak Rengar one trick jungle main. I think the strat works best with Lee Sin and the Bloodsong support items specifically, and I'll explain in detail in a bit, but TLDR, 1. Bloodsong is very OP on Lee Sin. 2. Lee Sin is one of the best champions at early game skirmishes. And 3. Lee Sin's Q is an execute, coup de grace is an execute, and Bloodsong is a burst damage on hit with a 12% damage amp and more than a ruby crystal worth of HP. The damage you deal is pretty insane, and it even comes with wards built into it. If you guys remember long ago, people used to buy Sightstone for Lee Sin, and it's kind of similar but a lot better now because it generates you gold passively and gives you gold for fighting and rewards you by turning into an OP item. To explain Bloodsong, you basically start with World Atlas level 1. You can gain charges over time that can be used to execute minions to share gold. You can also consume these charges by hitting champions and turrets, but be careful to not always hit champions as you can share cannon minion gold with these stacks instead. Once you get to 500 stacks of the passive, your World Atlas changes to Runic Compass, and Runic Compass will give you free wards, so it's even better for Lee Sin to ward hop way more than you normally can with just the yellow trinket. The reason the strat works so well is because when you sit top to soak EXP, you create a lot of pressure. Your top laner might get pissed, but you kind of have to do it because you don't get EXP from camps without jungle pet item. The benefit to this is that you can share gold with your top laner and kill the enemy's top laner on CD. The only thing that can save him is a jungle gank, but it's kind of bad to gank because Lee Sin wins most 2v2 early anyway. You also do not get reduced minion EXP, and the jungle pet item kind of reduces EXP by more than 50% while the support item does not. So if the enemy jungle tries to match you, he puts himself extremely behind. He also gets a gold debuff, so he can't really share gold like you can. Even if the jungler doesn't match you, they are left with two losing options. They either match you and get behind an EXP and gold, or the enemy jungle full clears and ignores their top laner to get themselves ahead. That's exactly what this 400 OP Rengar one trick did, and he was fed early from it, but even that wasn't enough to beat this strategy. The best part to this strat is that it abuses the lack of solo queue comms. Everyone queues up solo queue to play their own strat or play with a set goal in mind, but the strategy forces them to all have good comms, good rotations, and capitalize on everything perfectly, which never happens in solo queue. It wouldn't work well in pro play obviously, but it works amazing in solo queue because everyone has so much ego, so they kind of don't want to play for each other and will argue with each other instead, while you just lane and soak EXP, fight, and then win. You mainly play for lane prio and early grubs / invades with your top or mid laner. It is easy to kill the top laner 1v2 as Lee Sin. Even if they sit under turret, you can use the support charges to shove lane and get prio for large objectives like grubs, drakes, and Rift Herald. They might send the support after you as well, but even this is bad for them because you can get full tower plates bought and set up for drakes early as well. This forces the enemy ADC to lane 1v2 and potentially die if you have engage or hook support. There's so much that this playstyle forces the enemy team to adapt to that requires high level game sense and comms to pull off, which will very rarely ever happen in solo queue. Again, this is a masters lobby and it was the freest game ever. Now I'll do a full VOD review breakdown to teach you exactly everything I did that made this strat work to win your games exactly as I did. So early game we get a free kill on Lucian. Thresh hits a nice flash hook, which is nice, and then fortunately I see the Riven peek her head, so I have a pretty good idea that Riven and Rengar are top, so I don't face check it. I don't push to wave level 1 because I know Rengar can be top, right? And a potential play he could do is do his 3 topside camps and go top. So since we're sharing EXP, they're going to be level 3 first, right? Both Riven and Rengar if they choose. So it's not very smart to push the wave, right? I want the wave to push into us, so Rengar has less opportunities to get free kills and swing the early game. Right here, I'm just waiting for the wave, using my stacks on cannons and melees, and then after I hit level 2, immediately just zone her, right? Because look, every time I press E, 30 gold. You're pressing one button just to get 30 gold, and you're still getting passive gold. It's a bit ridiculous. Right here, same thing, right? Just sitting in this bush and zoning. Same thing. 30 gold every E. I don't know why Garen Ignite here, but ignites, sorry, I can't speak. But again, same thing with top. Essentially, you're just taking the enemy top out of the game. 30 gold again. And now I just push this wave in. And as Rengar, the counterplay to this is just farm these camps, right? Farm all 4 quadrants and then affect the map. But essentially, Rengar kind of needs to do to bot lane what I'm doing to top, right? But because it's solo queue, it's a bit hard. No communication. Rengar just wants to play for himself. Everybody has their own way of playing the game, right? But as Rengar, if I were him, or what you should do is bot lane should stack a wave, right? They should slow push this wave and build it up, and enemy bot can't really contest it because Rengar is going to be perma bot side while I'm top, right? And after they build a wave, like the Kai'Sa just last hits this and this next wave comes, there's going to be a big wave and then they just trade, right? 1 for 2 or even just 1 for 1. If Bard dies and Lucian doesn't get the wave, it's really beneficial for them. And yes, I could recall, well, right here I kill Riven because she's inting, because like I said, you know, perma pressure on the map. I farm a Scuttle while I have free time, but I just kill Riven because she messes up, tries to fast push, and I'm there. But yes, I could recall here after pushing this wave and sit bot. And that's the beautiful thing, right? Like Rengar just can't match me. Even if he's sitting here zoning, he can't match me, right? Because he has the jungle item and I don't. And the jungle item basically reduces EXP and gold. So if we were both just sitting 3v3 bot, like it's very hard for him to play the game, right? He has to really know how to balance farming and ganking. And again, like this guy isn't low elo or anything, you know? This was a 400 OP Rengar one trick. So even at 400 OP, they don't really know how to beat this strategy, right? Right here is actually a small timer that you guys need to be careful about. Since you're not really farming camps and he gets to farm the whole map, he's going to be level 6, right? So be careful of like the 6-minute timer where the enemy jungle could hit level 6 if they full clear. Right here, same thing, Riven fights. And I'm just there, right? Because I have constant pressure on the map. I don't have to farm camps or anything. The second I see a fight, I just move. But right here, I try to hit grubs. What I should have done is push this wave with Garen, because as you guys can see, he needs to get this wave in or it's going to be frozen. And basically a frozen wave is just the wave sitting right here and he's zoned off EXP and gold, right? But the second this wave crashes, Garen and I can both hit it. And as you can see, like it's actually not as healthy as I'd like it to be. Just because you don't have the jungle item and I was kind of saving my W. But again, like I said, I messed up here, but you guys need to be thinking about the level 6 timer for the enemy jungle. But it's still fine. I get 1 grub, right? So I kind of deny them off 6. And again, I try to look for what lane is or can be impacted, and I just see Riven's wave pushing. And fortunately, she gets greedy. Or well, she hits level 6, so she gets, you know, confident that she can maybe kill Garen. And right here, I just immediately go top. And boom. Riven burn. Oh, burn flash, no kill. Like, it's very hard for the enemy top to do anything impactful, because, you know, enemy jungle is going to be perma farming while you're just sitting top and affecting it. And again, if there were comps here, like, you know, Rengar could be like, okay, you know, I don't have to farm anymore, I'm stronger than Lee Sin, I could sit top. But even then, it's just like, after you hit level 6, it's not as hard winning as they'd like it to be, because Lee Sin's level 6 is such a strong spike, right? And again, back on the map. This time around, I want Dragon and we ping it, but unfortunately my Kali ints, it's okay. I hit Kai'Sa 2 times here for 70 gold and Rengar ults us. Right here we can actually kill him, but my Thresh plays it mechanically bad, which is fine. But we actually mess up here pretty big, right? Bard makes a good play and Rengar gets 600 gold. So as you guys can see, early game is not as hard winning as we'd like it to be. But even then, this Rengar basically had the whole world, right? He basically farmed every single camp. He got a fat shutdown just now, and he's playing Rengar, so he should have all the resources in the world to carry this game and 1v9 it, but he still couldn't win this game. Right here, we caught a hit Dragon, but what we actually should have done is just turn on this Rengar right here, right? Thresh just hits the hook on Rengar, and Lucian and I just turn on him together. But unfortunately, my Akali goes on LeBlanc, which kind of make my Lucian goes forward. And right here I try to flip the smite, but again, like I said, another downside, right, is that you're gonna have a weaker smite. Since you're not farming camps and stuff, like he's always gonna have 900 to 1200 smite while you have 600. So that is another downside that you guys have to worry about. It's not like the strategy is super hard winning, right? But it definitely has its upsides, or more positives than downsides. Right here I have my clips, so immediately I go get my item. That's why I recall instead of trying to affect the map. And now I'm just very, very strong when I'm on the map, right? And again, since this Rengar, look, this Rengar just has so many opportunities. He's permanently on the map, so he's bound to mess up. They have to send Bard here to relieve Riven from pressure because, you know, they know I'm going to be topside. I've just been top the whole game, and they want grubs. And then look, Kai'Sa, she doesn't get to play the game. She's just zoned off from the whole turret while my Lucian just slowly goes up gold and gets the full turret. Look, even though Rengar is 1300 gold above me, like my Lucian is super fed. But the thing is, this Kai'Sa is useless, right? Even though I'm down gold in EXP, I'm still useful because of Bloodsong. The same pressure, I just hover the wave so Riven can't contest it, and then we build up the wave. Funny thing right here, I actually immediately get my Bloodsong item, as you guys can see. And then immediately I just dive her. Like, look how much damage this is. We didn't even need Garen ult, and we could one-shot this guy. Again, reset. Instead of hitting the turret, or after pushing this wave, I'm sure some of you are wondering why I didn't just hit the turret, right, for plates. You still play jungle / support, right? So you want to pressure the map more so, because right here I have Ione boots and same concept as last time, like I'm on the map permanently, right? They can't really make a play mid and bot, and there's no play top because my Garen already reset. Like, I can always match this Rengar, and I'm strong enough to because of Bloodsong. Like I said, the item is just a bit overtuned right now. But again, I look around the map, there's nothing to do, so I just go farm my Raptors, right? No need to force anything. Just farm my Raptor. You can even take red buff, you know? Don't force anything if there's nothing to do. Like I said, go farm your camps. You still have a smite. Now Rift Herald is coming up and we can play for it, but I think we kill Riven here. Yeah. Very hard for her to do anything. And she's slowly gonna be like frustrated. Or slowly start getting more and more frustrated. And again, Riven, Kai'Sa completely out of the game, right? Yes, enemy jungle can play the game, but there's gonna be two people that are just not having fun at all. Like, the strategy just it's psychological warfare too. You're running around the map having fun, killing people, perma fighting, whereas the Kai'Sa and Riven essentially can never fight. I mean, even mid lane too, right? Like, you're just permanently everywhere, so there's always gonna be a numbers advantage. So we know Rengar's on Herald here, so we just immediately go trade for bot, right? You can still get objectives even though they have a bigger smite. Like, even if they jump in and die for the objective, even better, right? Like, they're giving you over a fat bounty gold since they've been farming on game. But for the most part, since you're not weak at all, you can always farm these camps. Or, sorry, always get these objectives. I just wait, you know? I just wait, try to look for plays around the map. If there's nothing, I farm my camps, right? Right here, we probably could have killed Bard, but my Thresh misses the hook. He misses another one on Kai'Sa. Like, it is what it is, right? Mechanical out or misplays. It happens. And right here, as you guys can see, like, look, I'll put on all vision. Like, this guy's just perma farming, perma doing whatever, his own thing in his own world because it's solo queue. But I'm like ready to fight, right? The second he hits the hook, I get ready to fight. And Rengar's late. You see, like, Rengar's late. Right here, I hit a nice low clip on Kai'Sa. Kick the LeBlanc away so she can't do abilities, and then Lantern out. And look, like, even though Rengar has all this gold, all these resources, he's just never ready to fight, you know? Because it's solo queue. Like, he just wants to do his own thing. Like, in his head, they should just respect mid, but, you know, the Kai'Sa, Bard, Riven, LeBlanc, whatever, like, they all want to fight, you know? Like, they want to play the game too. They can't. Because you're essentially a second support doing a million damage walking around the map. Again, same thing. Go back mid, try to pressure. If there's nothing, go farm camps, right? The main point is pressuring the map. And again, like, this Rengar, yes, this Rengar doesn't have to farm. He could also sit mid, exactly like what I'm doing and mirroring me. But even though he's up all the golden resource, I do just as much as him in a fight, right? That's one. And two, you guys are forgetting, your laners, for the most part, will always be ahead. Because you're the one that's ganking them and perma hovering lanes. So it's essentially going to be, your bot lane is going to be stronger and you're equal with Rengar. So he's never actually winning. And obviously this guy doesn't want to just perma sit mid, right? He wants to go farm camps. So it's very suffocating for enemy laners. Right here, I knew Rengar was going to go take blue buff. Fortunately, we punish it. And just look. Immediately, Akali gets 1k gold shutdown. Boom, game swings. The enemy jungler has to play really well and not give over his shutdown the whole game too. But immediately when he does, the game swings. And his bounty is going to keep like piling up, right? Because he's going to get more and more camps and get free kills on the map. So he's bound to have like a 1k gold shutdown or whatever. And the second he dies, you know, you collect that and boom. I'm just looking for anything to farm. And again, they pressure mid and boom. Immediately I'm right there, right? Enemy bot doesn't fight because now they're scared, right? They don't want to hit anymore. And again, every mid wave, I'm there. I'm ready. If there's a fight, I'm there. We get the mid wave, fantastic. And already we mental boom the Riven. Like, as you guys can see, this guy's never going to group again, right? We missed a hook on Bard. Like, it is what it is. But I'm sure you guys have seen your solo laners int multiple times in solo queue. Like, this Riven's mental is already done. Right here, we secure Dragon. We should be up 3, but, you know, we messed up. But again, you also get a very early Dragon Soul. They int, and then look how much damage you're doing in this fight. Like, you're not really a support at all, you know? Like, boom. Level 13 to 10, and I'm still more useful than him, guys. We all reset, 1 for 4, and we get the Dragon. And Riven's just rage splitting, right? The classic solo lane rage split. She tries to go on me. She uses Ignite, ult, and Flash, but she can't kill me. And then we get the free kill on Riven, right? Fantastic. She tries to get away, but boom, you have Sightstone. And also, keep in mind, guys, since you have Sightstone and Sweeper, I didn't do a very good job, but you can... It's very suffocating on top of the fact that you're perma-hovering because you can just get so much vision, right? After you get the waves, you can just walk in, ward their jungle or whatever, because essentially you have 8 wards on the map at all times, right? So your team just has so much information that you can work with. That's another upside of this strategy. So much vision. Just like what this Thresh and I are doing, walk into their jungle and get vision. Right here, I just greed for blue buff, but I could be getting like more wards like right here maybe. We could go back mid, maybe get wards from my bot side, right? Rengar kills Akali and we pull Baron, but since Baron's a demigod this season, I actually didn't think it was possible. But at least we tried, right? We get off it. Now they can't hit it, which is good. And then we go back mid, same thing. But right here, they actually think they can kill us, so this guy jumps on me. And they actually get very, very greedy to try to kill me, and it makes them lose the fight for it. Right here, I actually would have killed LeBlanc, but she got lucky with the blast pant. Boom, kick her back. I live, making so much space for my team. I think I actually carried this fight pretty hard. And boom, there it is, free Baron. Also, a potential downside of this build. Keep in mind, guys, you're basically kind of playing like Pyke, where yes, well, a better Pyke where you're doing a lot of damage, perma hovering the map, but you're still like down in levels, so you're gonna be very squishy, right? And you're gonna have a pretty big bounty on your head. Like right now, I have a 800 gold bounty. So be very, very mindful of inting. Or I guess just dying in general, right? You're very squishy, so be mindful of that. And then I just group with my Lucian and Thresh. They can't ever jump on us. Rengar has no ult anymore. And if they ever engage, like I said, like I'm ready to fight. Boom, we kill 2. Like, look at this damage. And the exposed weakness thing, like, it's just so brutal. Because, look. Increasing the damage you take by 12% is crazy. It's basically like Even Shroud. Like, it's 2 times stronger than Even Shroud. Because Even Shroud was, what, 7% last season? So, this one's a bit ridiculous. We don't even need a Kali to end. Right here, Rengar jumps on us. Now they rage fight us because, you know, everybody's frustrated. Boom, go in. Like, look at that damage, guys. Eclipse and Spellblade. This item essentially gives you Trinity Force, Even Shroud, Sightstone. It's ridiculous. Like, really, it is. But look how much damage it did. 30, what is that? 3,200 damage from one item. But yeah, that's basically the full VOD review. And the main point is just how much pressure you're dealing, right? Or how much pressure you're emitting. Perma being around the map, perma pissing off laners, and you guys know how much laners meant to boom. But yeah, that's the VOD review.